Hello, good morning, girls and boys. Today we will be having a new lesson and we will be talking about clauses and sentence types. Now, there is a very important question that we need to answer at the end of our lesson today. So, how does understanding of sentence structure affect your writing success? So, you will tell me about it. You can comment on the comment box your answer to this question. Again, the question is, how does understanding of sentence structure affect your writing success? Now let's begin. A simple sentence that remember when I told you last week about simple sentences? When you write simple sentences, there should always be a subject and a verb. A subject is always going to be a noun. Okay? Clauses is also having the same meaning. So clauses are actually those that have a subject and a verb. So clauses, a simple sentence, is actually having one main clause. So this is very important. So when a sentence is having one main clause, it means that is a simple sentence, or that simple sentence is correct because it has a clause. A clause clauses are having a subject and a verb. So there are two types of clauses. We have independent clause and we have dependent clause. Dependent, or we also call it subordinate clause. Now let's talk about independent clauses. So what does it mean, independent clauses? Because we have two types of clauses, right? If you can still remember, we have independent clause and dependent clause. So we have to know the difference between the two. Now, an independent clause is a subject and a verb. It can stand by itself as a complete sentence. So we wanted to get home before the rainstorm. We is the subject, wanted is the verb. So this is a sentence. This is a sentence because it has an independent clause. We wanted to get home. So it can, even if we are just going to be ending the sentence until home, we wanted to get home, that sentence is having one independent clause. It has a subject and a verb, and it can stand by itself as a complete sentence. I earned an A on my research paper. I is the subject, earned is the verb. So this, because we have a subject, which is I, and we have verb in a sentence, which is earned, therefore this is a sentence. This is a complete sentence because it can stand alone. It has an independent clause in it. Now, what about dependent clauses? What does it mean? A dependent clause is a subject and a verb, but it cannot stand by itself as a complete sentence. Again, a dependent clause is a subject and a verb, but it cannot stand by itself as a complete sentence. Dependent clauses often have transitional adverbs which clue the reader into it being a dependent clause. Again, dependent clauses often have transitional adverbs which clue the reader into it being a dependent clause. What are those clues? So we have which, because, even though, and when. Which is why we left early. So which is the clue? Because I worked on the citations every night. Because is the clue. Now, because I worked on the citation every night, this is a dependent clause. Okay? So it's just so easy. Right after transitional adverbs like which, because, even though, when, and all the other transitional adverbs, it is a clue to us that it is being a dependent clause. This particular clause right here is a dependent clause. Okay, now there are 4 different sentence types. We have simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. Now, as for now, I'll be just teaching you how to write simple and compound sentences. Hopefully next week we are going to step up, and we're gonna touch complex sentence and compound complex. For as long as I'm seeing that you can already be able to write compound sentences on your own. So let's have a review again about what are simple sentences. So simple sentences contain one independent clause, one subject and verb combination. They stand by themselves as complete sentences. Again, so simple sentences have, as I told you, it contain one independent clause, one subject, and one verb combination. So they stand by themselves as complete sentences. Examples: my dog ate the pizza. Aren't you excited to give your speech? Dogs, rabbits, and kitty cats have 2 nails, incisor teeth, feet, and ears. So these are examples of simple sentences. As you can see, the third example, you have dogs, rabbits, and kitty cats. But this dogs, rabbits, and kitty cats are compound subjects. They're not compound. It doesn't make it up. It doesn't make it up to an idea that because you're having compound subjects, you will be having compound sentences. No. So you can have compound subjects when you write simple sentences. Now let's go to compound sentences. What are compound sentences? They contain 2 independent clauses. So the clauses are joined in one of 2 ways: a comma and a conjunction, and a semicolon. So examples of compound sentences are example sentences. I will read it to you. My dog ate the pizza and my cat drank all the Gatorade. Example sentence 2. Speeches are fun, but completing worksheets is not fun. Example sentence number 3. We have conferences on Thursday. I'll be here until 8:30. Now, example sentence number 4. She had coffee this morning. It was French toast. So as you can see, the clauses are joined in one of the 2 ways: a comma and a conjunction. A comma and a conjunction. This is the comma and a conjunction and, or the connective and. Okay, conjunction or connectives are just the same. And then we have here a comma and a conjunction or a connective but. So the two clauses are being connected by conjunction. Remember, compound sentences have 2 independent clauses. So independent clauses again, one subject containing one subject and a verb combination. So we have conferences on Thursday. As you can see, a semicolon is joining 2 independent clauses in the sentence, and another semicolon, as you can see from the sentence number 4. So this kind of sentence is what we call compound sentence. Remember, kids, again, a compound sentence contain 2 independent clauses, and the clauses are joined in one of 2 ways: a comma and a conjunction, and a semicolon. Okay, now for your activity today, I want you to get your copybooks, and I want you to write 2 independent clauses and 1 dependent clause using the following images. Okay, and then we're going to talk about this when we see each other in our class, in our actual classroom setup. Okay, so I'll be showing you a picture. I want you to write one simple sentence and two compound sentences out from these pictures. Now, do not forget to look at the pictures very closely. Are you ready? Okay. Write one simple sentence describing any of these pictures. Okay. Now look at these two different pictures. I want you to write a compound sentence, one compound sentence using these two pictures or describing these two pictures. Very good. So that's it. Hopefully next week, for as long as I'm seeing that you're improving in writing compound sentences by yourself or you're doing it independently, that we can proceed